Hello guys! For this video naman, pag-uusapan natin ang solution ng linear systems using Cramer's rule. So, kung mga 3 equations, 3 unknown lang naman, katulad nitong isosolve natin ngayon, Cramer's rule is, I think, the best among the possible methods kasi it involves determinants lang naman. And mabilis din naman makompute ang determinant ng 3 by 3 matrix, no? And ang kagandahan din ng Cramer's rule, kung magko-computer ka, let's say, Excel or MATLAB, ito pa rin yung pinaka-efficient kasi wala ng some sort of algorithm na i-convert yung matrix, no? Literally, ide-determine mo lang yung determinants, then i-divide mo, no? So, here is the, the formula. Yung x is equal to dx over the d. Tapos, yung y is the dy over the d. And yung z is the dx over the d, no? So, I have this example para mas maintindihan nyo siya. Bastang tandaan nyo, these are the determinants and i-divide lang natin sila, no? So, here, we will solve the same 3 equation, 3 unknown that we discussed in the first two methods, no? Basahin ko lang siya. Determine the solution of the linear system shown by Cramer's rule. So in that case, 2x1 minus 4x2 plus x3 equals negative 11. Then x1 plus 3x2 plus 2x3 equals negative 4. And 3x1 plus 5x2 plus 2x3 equals negative 2. No? So for the solution, allow me to write first the augmented matrix of this one. So that's 2, negative 4, 1. Then of course here, negative 11. Then 1, 3, 2, negative 4. And 3, 5, 2, negative 2. So this is now our matrix, no? Augmented matrix. So ngayon, tandaan nyo lang na ang variable natin dito ay x1, x2, and x3, no? Again, pwede naman kasi yung variable natin ay x, y, z, no? So wala namang problema doon, no? But for this one, strictly speaking, x1, x2, and x3 siya. So ngayon, ang gagawin ko dito class, hahanapin ko muna yung D na walang subscript. So that will act as the denominator for all of this, no? And ang magiging process lang naman yan is simply, i-consider mo itong square matrix natin, no? O yung mga coefficient matrix natin. Kaya that is 2, negative 4, 1, 1, 3, and 2, and 3, 5, 2, no? So, yun na nga, considering this 3 by 3 matrix, hanapin mo na siya using, o yung determinant nito, using the Cramer's rule. So, i-copy mo lang to yung first two columns. So, 2, 1, 3, negative 4, 3, 5, no? So, ang labanan na lang dito, pa-diagonal. So, halimbawa, ito, no? Yung mga downward diagonal. So, here, that is 2 times 3 times 2 plus negative 4 times 2 times 3 plus 1 times 1 times 5, no? Then minus, syempre, yung nasa upward naman na portion. So, ayan naman. So, that is 3 times 3 times 1 plus 5 times 2 times 2 plus 2 times 1 times negative 4, no? So, kukumputin natin yung portion na yan, no? So, sige, kindly compute. So, upon computing, ang mahanap ko dito class ay negative 28, no? So, that is now my answer here, no? So, yung next na i-consider ko dito, ang variable kasi natin hindi x, y, z, eh. X1, x2, and x3. Kaya siguro, appropriately, pangalanan ko na lang siyang dx1, no? Again, no? Yung nasa discussion ko kasi, X, Y, and Z to. Pero pwede naman na kung ang variable X1, X2, X3. So, pangalanan ko na lang siyang DX1. So, paano naman yun, class, no? So, originally, ito yung ating matrix, 2, 1, 3, -4, 3, and 5. Tapos, 1, 2 and 2, no? So, 1, 2, and 2. Kaya lang, take note na itong first column, siya yung rine-represent ni X sub 1. And since dx sub 1 na, ang gagawin mo, tatanggalin mo yan, tapos ipapalit mo yung nasa sagot, no? Again, no, since dx sub 1, tatanggalin mo yung column na nagre-represent ng x sub 1 and ipapalit mo yan doon. Kaya ang gagawin ko lang, i-erase ko to, then i-copy ko lang to. Ayan, no? So, this is now our new matrix, no? And yun na nga, since this is a 3 by 3 matrix, hahanapin mo ulit yung determinant niya. Kaya this is -11, -4, -2, and -4, 3, and 5, no? So, yun. Pag in-equal sign mo siya, again, same process ulit, lahat ng downward minus lahat ng upward, no? So, here, that's -11, 3, 2, plus -4, 2, -2, plus 1 times -4 times 5. Minus, syempre, yung mga upward din naman ang i-consider natin dyan. -2, 3, 1, plus 5 times 2, -11, plus 2 times -4 times -4, no? So, here, pag kinompute natin, no, yung sagot dyan, that is, so, upon here, ang sagot dito ay 14, no? So, this is now the answer. So, yung next na gagawin natin is computein naman natin yung dx sub 2. And yun na nga, ang mangyayari, i-consider natin yung original matrix, but tatanggalin natin to, yung portion na yan, then papalit natin to. So, ganun po, no? So, here, i-copy ko lang ulit ito. So, after nun, tanggalin natin yung column for x sub 2, then ipalit natin to. Ayun na siya, no? Then, sige, same pa rin usog ko lang to, no? Same process pa din naman, for determinant, i-copy ko yung unang dalawang column, no? For the analysis. Then, syempre, ulit-ulit, downward diagonal, then minus upward diagonal, no? So, yun yung i-consider natin sa analysis. So, halimbawa, 2, -4, 2, plus -11, 2 times 3 plus 1 times 1 times -2. Then, minus 3, -4, 1 plus -2, 2 times 2 plus 2 times 1 times -11. So, yun. Pag kinompute mo siya, ang sagot naman natin dito, -42. Ayan siya, no? So, hahanapin natin yun. And finally, for the dx sub 3, so, again, same process ulit. Nakalimutan ko lang maglagay ng equal sign doon, no? Pero tama naman yun. So, here, for the dx3, is equal to, again, ikakopy ko lang to, but tatanggalin natin yung para dito sa last na column kasi nga papalitan natin siya nitong sasagot, no? Ayan, no? So, here, then afterwards, i-copy mo, kasi nga kung determinant, ang tanong dito, all you need to do is to copy the first two columns, no? So, 2, 1, 3, -4, 3, and 5. Saka, again, the normal procedure, downward diagonal minus upward diagonal, no? So, in that case, that is equal to 2, 3, -2, plus -4, 3, plus -11, 1, 5, no? Minus, sa pataas naman, 3 times 3 times -11 plus 5 times -4 times 2 plus -2 1 times -4. So, mako-compute na natin yung sagot dyan, no? So here, ang sagot natin is positive 112, no? So ayan, no, na-compute na natin lahat ng necessary values natin, no? Taas ko lang siya for reference. So now, we can now compute the values of x sub 1, x sub 2, and x sub 3. Kasi nga, ang magiging formula mo lang naman, x sub 1 is dx sub 1 over d. So in other words, i-divide mo lang ito saka ito. Kasi nga, yun yung ating concept, no? So, that is equal to 14 over -28. So, ang sagot natin dyan, -0.5, no? So, that is now the value of x sub 1. So, yung x sub 2 din, ang magiging solution is dx sub 2 over d. So, here, yung dx sub 2 natin is -42 over -28, no? So, -42 over -28. So, that's 1.5 pag kinompute natin, no? Finally, for the x sub 3, so yung magiging process natin dito is dx sub 3 over the determinant. So, that is 112 over -28 nga, no? So, I think the answer here is -4, no? So, ayun na, using the Cramer's rule, na-compute na natin, no, that x sub 1 is -0.5, x sub 2 is 1.5, and x sub 3 is -4. So, pag kinompare natin, ito yung solution niya using the Gauss-Jordan, tumama naman, and ito naman yung solution niya using the Gauss elimination, no. So, sumakto lahat ng computation natin, no. So, this is now the process, no, using Cramer's rule. So, sa mano-mano, pag three equations, three unknown, I strongly suggest this one. However, kapag 4 by 4, I do not like, no, to suggest this one kasi nga mahirap mag-compute class ng determinant ng 4 by 4. Buti kung isang beses lang ng determinant ng 4 by 4 ang concern mo eh. Lima yun eh. Kalimitan lima yun. So, matagal yun, no? Lalo na kung mag-expansion of minors. But the concept is still the same. Yung magiging hassle lang talaga doon is yung pag-compute ng determinants kapag mga higher yung number of unknowns, no? Pero for the 3 by 3, personally, I suggest this one, no? Kasi mas mabilis siya and less prone to error. But for the higher, pag nagmamano-mano, I may suggest either the Gauss elimination or the Gauss-Jordan method. It's up to you. Anyway, I already presented in this playlist the different methods. It's your decision naman to select which one is yung mas gamay ka. Okay, so I think tapos na tayo dito, no? Thank you so much and I do hope may natutunan kayo sa videong ito.